Welcome NC Youth Academy directors and coaches. Here we are with our fall 2017 lesson plans with our 8U age group. We're in week 8, so we're now moving towards striking the ball towards goal and the technique of how we can strike and score a goal. So when we look at some of the themes or objectives related to shooting on goal or striking on goal, it's essentially a pass that is being replaced with the goal or the net or whatever we're defining as our target. So we're still working on long-range passing, the technique, where we strike the ball, how we approach the ball, and the part of the foot we use to improve going towards goal over larger spaces. So that's the only difference as opposed to the previous weeks when we were passing with partners and combining. So when we're shooting on goal, we want to improve our long-range passing from 15 to 20 yards. We're going to do this in our 3v3, 4v4, get them playing right as they arrive at the session. As many fields as possible. Sort the players as they arrive. Try and make the teams appropriately balanced so that way the competition will be maintained throughout the entire activity period. And you want to try and start to infuse some of the coaching methodology or guided questions related to going to goal. And so when we look at our first activity, this is just a striking technique going towards goal. So we have go down here, go down here. Our players are staggered in opposite corners. That allows for flow, but it also allows that we don't have any collisions. So they're not taking the ball from each other. They're competing against each other. So if you liken the point structure here, I've got a line separating the space near the goal on either side, so that makes 3 zones horizontally. And so goals in the central area are worth 1, or the area close to the goal are worth 1. This central area are worth 2. And so on coach's command, you say go. They race to try and score a goal first. The person that scores first wins. So they could shoot from back here if you're on the blue team, but the accuracy might not be there. You get more points if you score here in the middle because you're far enough away from goal to challenge them, but it's still possibly attainable. And then if they can get into this space, hopefully it's an easier way to score. It's worth less points because at the same time you have someone competing against you. So basically think of it as like NBA soccer is the way I call it. And you're thinking about the part of the foot, the technique of the dribble, the angle of the dribble, your angle of approach, where you should be aiming your non-kicking foot or your standing leg, and then where do you look before you strike the ball. And that transitions into NBA soccer. So it's a very similar game, same sort of W questions that we want to ask, but now we're bringing in our partner. So what can they do if they can't shoot? If you can't dribble, what could you do? It's the same setup. Coach is going to interject the balls. The zones and the points are still the same. Now it's 2 versus 2, so you are trying to take the ball from the other team. You can go anywhere you want on the field, but where they score the goal is worth the amount of points that they are given in the game. And ball out of bounds or ball on the goal, rotate, get a new group. We transition into that to our play portion of the session. So we want to take the idea of all the points that we saw before in terms of the part of the foot, the angle of approach, where we take our dribble, who we work with if we can't do a certain behavior, either dribble or shoot, what could we do with our teammate possibly, and when do we look to shoot, or where do we look to know that we can shoot. In our game, give them a system, a formation, 2-1-2, 1-1-2, 1-2-1, whatever you'd like, so they can kind of start to think about what they're supposed to do, and then make sure we just manage the games for effective output so that we can regulate their energy and how engaged they are for them. Hopefully that helps. Thanks. Bye.